Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'd like to do is show you how to graph this inequality, and what we have here is y equals 5. I'm sorry, y is less than 5. But what I was thinking ahead where the reason why I said y equals 5, because when we're graphing this, we want to basically look into thinking about graphing the equation y equals 5. And then what we can do is go ahead and apply our inequality symbol. So how would you even graph y equals 5? Because there's no x and y, and it's not in our traditional slope-intercept form where we have an x variable and some other numbers. So just y equals 5, what exactly does that mean? Well, to graph a problem like this, I usually like to set up a table. And when we're setting up a table, a lot of times what we like to do is choose arbitrary points or arbitrary values for x and plug them into the equation. But in this equation, there's no values for us to plug in for x. So the only thing that we know at this point in time is what the value of y is. And the y is equal to 5. So really, no matter what point I pick for x, even though I can't plug them in, if I just pick any point, it doesn't really matter. Y is always going to be 5. So what exactly does that look like on a graph? Well, remember y, here's our y-axis, and here's our x-axis. So if I go to y equals 5, that'd be up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And therefore, if x, no matter what my point is, I'm always left or to the right, I'm always going to have a point of y. Therefore, I'm just going to have a nice horizontal line at y equals 5. Now, let's go to our inequality. The basic thing we need to understand about the inequality is notice that since that's less than and not less than or equal to, that means any point that's on the line is actually not a part of our solution. So we're going to use a dashed line to represent our boundary line. And again, the reason why that goes is because when y equals 5, if you plug 5 in here, 5 is less than 5. 5 is not less than 5, so therefore any point on the solution is not going to be true. However, we are going to want to include shading. Are we going to choose y values that are below the line or above the line? And again, we can just use some test points. So let's kind of use a test point here of 4 and 6. Well, if I plug in 4, 4 is less than 5. And if I plug in 6 here, 6 is less than 5. Obviously, that's false, and that's true. So we always shade towards our true value, because any point, it doesn't matter the x value, any point that we plug in, as long as the y value is less than 5, it's going to be true. So that's why we're going to shade all of our solutions below our boundary line. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you graph a horizontal inequality line. Thanks.